Hiya, no fancy titles on this one, no dancing monkeys and incredible graphics. I'm doing this on the new PC and I haven't got all the graphics set up on the new PC. I edited the last one on the old PC even though I recorded it on the new PC. Too much complicated things to tell you about, so I'll just move on with this. I don't know anything about this TV apart from it's a LG 43-inch and it's not in great condition. So a lot of people say to me, do I buy TVs for spare parts? No, not really. I mean, if I'm buying a TV for spare parts, it's got to be something really, really valuable, something that I've been after for a long, long time, because we get so many TVs given us, including this one. And the only reason I picked this one up is because it came with 2 remote controls, 2 power leads, the stand, they always come in handy. So I just thought, with it being a Sunday night, I'd have a look what backlights are inside here, because I don't know really anything about this TV. It's just one of the earlier common 4K LG 43 inches, and they are very common and they're very popular. And apart from the fact that the screen normally goes to blue because of the backlights, and that's just what I'm testing here, look. Before I'm even thinking about taking the backlights out of it, I want to see if that picture is got a hint of blue, and it hasn't, as you can possibly tell. So yes, I don't normally buy TVs for spare parts, stuff like that. We get given them, and if I need spare parts, I normally buy new. But occasionally, it's worth having a look inside and taking out some bits, just in case. And if you deal with TVs, you'll understand this. You always get a friend or a neighbour or a family member that's got a TV that's faulty. And you think to yourself, well, okay, I'm not going to go buying parts for you, but if I've got some spare parts, etc., I'll stick them in. And that's exactly the reason for having a look. The LG 43 sets are possibly the most common TV that comes in at the moment. It either comes in with a blue tint, it either comes in with backlights working but no picture. So it's worth grabbing some spare parts, and this TV was free of charge. As I say, it came with loads of... I think it came with 2 or 3. Well, it came with 2 LG remote controls and a Sky Q remote control, which I gather they'd had connected to the LG code to work it. Maybe they didn't realise they gave me that. Maybe they're struggling now looking for it. Hey-ho. So yes, if you ever do some repairs for friends and family, from time to time, you will always get asked to repair TVs for friends and family, and you don't want to charge them full price. You just want to say, I'll buy me a coffee or buy me a beer sometime, if you've got the spare parts. And if you have to go buying the parts, then that's a different story. I've never worked on this TV set before. I've noticed that LG seem to have 3 different sets of backlights in their 43 inches. There are strips of 8 LEDs, strips of 7 LEDs, or 2 strips which have got, I think they've got something like 8 LEDs each, and the lenses are very big on those. So they're the different ones. So I'm expecting to see one of those 3 inside this TV, and if it is those, and it's bound to be those, and they haven't turned blue, then it's worth grabbing hold of them. They'll come in handy. They'll rescue somebody's TV, some friend, as I say, or relative in the future. And I just stick them somewhere and hopefully find them when I need to. It's also worth nabbing the power supply and the main board, but I've never known on the 43 inches, I've never known the main boards or the power supplies to fail. Yet you see so many of them on eBay, so somebody's buying them. But I think sometimes people buy these parts off eBay. They buy the main boards, they buy the power boards, because they think that's what turns the picture blue or will bring the picture back, if you know what I mean. What is strange about this one, which I noticed straight away, it's got screws down the side. I mean, there's always screws at the bottom, but this screen is actually screwed into the bezel, a bit like the old-fashioned Vestels were many years ago. So I'm just going to take the speakers out and take out the bits. Oh, it's got a Wi-Fi card in there. I don't recognise this main board, and as I go into it, just have a look at the backlights. I mean, yes, they're not blue, and yes, they're working, but there are 15 backlights. Okay, they've got large lenses, but that doesn't really make much difference. 15 LEDs in a 43-inch set. Wow. Even Vestel put 22 in their 32 inches. This has got 15 in a 43-inch. But I suppose the picture quality must have been okay. I've never seen this set of backlights before. So this is either going to be one of LG's premier sets, or it could be the most budgeted of budget sets that LG have ever made. In fact, going back about 5 years, LG did a deal with Sky, or Sky did a deal with LG, where if you took out a Sky package, you could have a free LG TV. Now, that was a 32-inch, and that was cheaply made. I wonder if they also offered a 43-inch 4K on the later packages. I've got a sneaking feeling that they did. And this could be one of the budget sets. But I'm still going to nab the backlights, and I'm still going to nab the power boards. But this TV has got to be let's say 5 years old. This is the first time I've seen one of these. What's the chance of me seeing it again? Very, very doubtful. But any road up. I'm just taking the clips out. You may notice I'm not being as gentle as I normally am. Well, of course, this is not a repair. It's not necessarily a tear down. It's more a tear up. But no, never come across this backlight configuration before. Maybe I never will again. We'll see. But I'll take them out. Well, what I'll do, I'm going to take this one out here, if I can just unplug it, and just make sure it comes out okay. If the lenses start pinging off, then I'm not going to bother. Oh, that comes out. That one comes out really well. So, okay, if that's the case, if they are going to come out, I'll take them out and keep them, just in case in 2 or 3 years' time somebody comes up with this particular model. But just going by the design of this, the look of it, once you're inside, I just get the impression now that this is LG's budget range. Not necessarily the entry range into 4K TVs, but the real budget range. And possibly, as I mentioned earlier, this could have been one they did a deal with Sky with all those years ago. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do after I just whip off all the parts. I might just type the model number into eBay just to see what the price of the parts are going for, or even what the price of the TVs. You tend to find if this was a free TV from Sky, that there are loads of them on eBay for threepence, because people have fallen out of love with them or upgraded, so they're just trying to sell it, or they got it free, so they're selling it anyway. So I might just have a nose online in a second. But I've taken the backlights out. I'm not keeping any of the diffuser sheets. So I'm going to put the TV back together as if it was a complete TV. And then I'm going to take it down my recycling centre. And then someone's going to come along in the next couple of days at the recycling centre and say, oh, it's a 43. Oh, look at that 40. We'll have that. Yeah, we'll use that. We probably can repair that. And, of course, it will have no boards inside it and no backlights. It's happened to me, and I'm sure it's possibly happened to you. But let's just speed through this. Well, I'm trying to be speeding through this, but it looks like it's frozen. But anyway, let's switch over to eBay and have a look and see what I can see about this TV and the model number. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at something else for a second. There's a TV for sale for 99p. And the reason it was for sale, I don't know if you saw, the reason it was for sale is their son sprayed something over the on-off button, and now it doesn't stay on. Oh, we've got all the spare parts you want here for that one, mate. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to come out and that and look further down. Let's have a look at the price of power boards and main boards, and maybe some of these backlights. Maybe these are really expensive. The backlights. They may be cheap, but if they're rare, they could be expensive. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness, look at the price. There we go. Look, if that doesn't prove it's a budget TV, nothing does. A power supply for £1.39 and a mainboard starting at a whopping £5.99 with free postage. £1.39 for some backlights there. Look, £9.99 a strip. Or somebody at the bottom's got all 3 strips for £6. Okay. Well, look, I can't slate the TV because cheap TVs are good for people that do things on a budget. But anyway, I'm not too sure I'm going to keep the parts now. I think I'll throw them. Good to have a look.